Moving on with today's program, we have with us Janab Shiraz Ahmad Sahab. He is the executive director of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and he is a very dynamic leader and holds many portfolios which are important, like he's the director of education, he's the director of external affairs, and he's also heading this unique organization which is called Nurul Islam. The meaning is the light of Islam. And the very purpose of this department, or the goal of this department, is to spread this peaceful and harmonious message of Islam throughout India, which is love for God and love for His creations, loyalty to one's nation, and is, in essence, the very motto of our community, which is love for all and hatred for none. I would request Janab Shiraz Ahmad Sahab to kindly deliver the keynote address for today's program.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respected and Honorable Governor of Karnataka, respected guests, and my dear friends who are sitting in front of me. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon all of you. I, on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat India, express our deep gratitude to His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, for his extreme kindness, for accepting our invitation, and despite his busy schedule, sparing his valuable time to be with us today. We are deeply grateful to you, Honorable Sir. Ahmadiyya Muslim Community, India, is also very grateful to all our respected and esteemed guests sitting on the dais and sitting in front of me. By accepting our invitation, all of you have shown that you are extremely kind, broad-minded, genuinely interested in human welfare, human sympathy, and in establishing peace in the world. Today, there is Islamophobia, fear of Islam, because of certain acts of Muslim fanatics and Muslim organizations. I assure all of you that Islam is a religion of peace, human sympathy, and human compassion. I will briefly present this aspect of Islam now to assure all of you that our slogan, love for all, hatred for none, is entirely based on the teachings of Islam. As human beings, we are all aware that a human being from his birth to death has to maintain various relationships with other human beings. As a child grows, he or she comes into contact with various human beings, from parents, brothers, sisters, relatives, friends, neighbors, strangers. It is very essential, therefore, from the day a child is born and as he or she grows, he or she should be taught to widen the concept of love, kindness, compassion, and service from parents to the whole of humanity. The Holy Quran, which we consider to be the word of Almighty God, revealed to Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, teaches love, kindness, compassion, and service from parents to the whole of mankind, thereby including the whole of mankind without making any distinction of color, creed, caste, religion, or nation. And without this, absolute justice cannot be established. Allah the Almighty says in the Holy Quran, and worship Allah and associate not with Him, and show kindness to parents, kindred, and orphans, and the needy, and to the neighbor that is a kinsman, and the neighbor that is a stranger, and the companion by your side, and the wayfarer, and those whom your right hand possess. Truly, surely Allah loves not the proud and the boastful. The above mentioned verse directs a Muslim to make his kindness so comprehensive as to include in it the whole of mankind, from parents who are the nearest to strangers who are the furthest removed. Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, has said, all creatures are God's family. So Allah likes the person from among humans who treats his family, the creation, well and looks after their needs. Holy Prophet has also said, the gracious God will be merciful to those who show mercy to others. You show mercy to the dwellers of the earth, and the one in the heavens will have mercy on you. The founder of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, says, compassion for God's creation is such a thing that if man gives it up and moves away from it, he gradually becomes a beast. This is what the humanity of man demands, and one is human only as long as one treats one brother with kindness, tenderness, and benevolence. He further says, I do not say, like the ignorant people of this age, that you should limit your kindness only to Muslims. I say that you should have sympathy for all of God's creation, no matter who they are, whether a Hindu or a Muslim or a something else. I never approve the words of such people who wish to limit sympathy only to their own people. He further says, thus to be kind to the human race and have compassion for it is a very great type of worship, and it is a great way to win the pleasure of God Almighty. The founder of Ahmadiyya Muslim community further states, my condition is that if someone is in pain and his cry reaches me, even if I am in prayer, I feel like breaking my prayer so that I may help him, he can benefit from it. I should show compassion to him as much I am capable. He further says, the principle to which we adhere is that we have kindness at heart for the whole of mankind. If anyone sees the house of a Hindu neighbor on fire and does not come forward to help extinguish the fire, most truly I declare that he does not belong to me. If any one of my followers, having seen someone attempting to murder a Christian, does not endeavor to save him, I most truly declare that he does not belong to us. He further states, I proclaim to all Muslim, Christians, Hindus, and the Aryas that I have no enemy in the world. I love mankind with love that a compassionate mother has for her children, even more so. I am only the enemy of false doctrines which kill the truth. Human sympathy is my duty. My principle is to discard falsehood. I reject paganism, wrongdoing, misconduct, injustice, and immorality. Islam lays great stress on respecting the feelings and sentiments of other human beings, without which absolute justice cannot be established. Here I will just give one example of this from the life of Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. Once the Holy Prophet was sitting along with his companions. A funeral procession went by. The Holy Prophet stood up. One of his companions thought that Holy Prophet mistook it to be a Muslim's funeral and remarked, "O Holy Prophet, this is the funeral of a Jewish woman." Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, on hearing this replied, "Is it not a human being?" And further remarked, "Death is a matter of grief and awe. Therefore, when you see any funeral passing, you should stand up as a token of respect. What a wonderful example of human feelings and values. Now I will very briefly share the teachings of Holy Quran in promoting world peace and justice in the world. According to the Holy Quran, all prophets are equal. This is essential for the establishment of interreligious peace and world peace. Islam teaches respect for all prophets of all religions of the world. Islam requires Muslims to believe not only in Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, but also in all other prophets and saints of God, including Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Krishna, Rama, Buddha, Mahavira, Confucius, and Zoroaster, and Baba Nanak. Peace of God be on all of them. Islam makes clear that all people are born equal. In the final sermon ever delivered by Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of God be on him, he instructed all Muslims to always remember that an Arab is not superior to a non-Arab, and nor is a non-Arab superior to an Arab. He taught that a white person is not superior to a black person, and nor is a black person superior to a white person. Thus, it is a clear teaching of Islam that the people of all nationalities and all races are equal, and without this absolute justice cannot be established in the world. This is the key and golden principle that lays the foundation for harmony between different groups and nations and for establishment of world peace. Religion is a personal matter, and the Holy Quran makes it absolutely clear that there is no compulsion in religion. As long as this principle is adhered to, peace will be maintained. Islam teaches us that the compliance with the law of the land and loyalty to one's nation are just as essential for every Muslim as compliance with the Sharia, the Holy Quran. This is very important to establish peace in every country. Islam teaches us that there is no religion in the world, be it Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, or Islam, or for that matter, any other faith, that advocates destruction of peace. Islam condemns violence and terrorism of all kinds. Islam considers killing of even one innocent human being is like killing of entire humanity. This is the value of life in Islam. Unfortunately, extremist Muslim groups and orthodox ulamas and Maulvis of Islam preach and practice the concept of jihad and suicide bombing, which is totally against the teachings of Islam. It is with regret we say that if we now observe the current circumstances of the world closely, we find that the foundation stone for another world war has already been laid. We believe that now, rather than focusing on the progress of the world, it is more important. Indeed, it is essential that we urgently increase our efforts to save the world from the destruction of World War III. Our Khalifa, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad Sahib, and under his guidance and direction, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community throughout the world is putting its best efforts to save the world from the Third World War. World can be saved from the Third World War only if every human being recognizes God and understands this point, that it is by loving the Creator alone that we can love His creation. I repeat, it is by loving the Creator alone that we can love His creation. We firmly believe that without establishing relationship with God, our Creator, we cannot establish absolute justice. And without absolute justice at all levels, peace cannot be established. The head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad Sahib states, it is important to always remember that human knowledge and intellect is not perfect, but is in fact limited. Thus, when making decisions or forming thoughts, often certain factors enter human minds, which can cloud judgment and lead to a person trying to fulfill his own rights. Ultimately, this can lead to an unjust outcome and decision being made. God's law, however, is perfect, and so no vested interest or unfair provision exists. This is because God only desires for the good and betterment of His creation, and therefore His law is based entirely on justice. The day the people of the world come to recognize and understand this crucial point will be the day the foundation for true and everlasting peace will be laid. Otherwise, we continue to find that although efforts are endlessly made to establish world peace, yet they are unable to provide any worthwhile results. In conclusion, I would like to say that today we observe that the world has become a global village. Mankind has become very closely knit together. The supreme head of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad Sahib, appeals with love to all of us in these words. He says, people of all nations, religions, and cultures are found in all countries. This requires that the leaders and citizens of every nation should consider and respect the feelings and sentiments of all people. The leaders and their governments should strive to create laws that foster an environment and spirit of truth and justice, rather than making laws that are a means of causing distress and frustration to the people. Injustices and cruelties should be eliminated, and instead we should strive for true justice. He further says, the best way to do this is that the world should come to recognize its creator. Every form of loyalty should be linked with God. If this occurs, then we will come to witness with our own eyes that the very highest standards of loyalty will be established by the people of all countries, and new avenues leading us to peace and security will open throughout the world. May all of us recognize our Creator, and may all of us submit to the divine teachings of God, our Creator. This is the only way to spread true love, true compassion, true sympathy for mankind, and to establish absolute justice and true peace in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.